Yogi Clan, welcome back to Yogi Cycle Service. I am so excited today. I have something special planned for you. I've been planning this for about a year. Haven't done it, but I finally think that now is the time. And what are we doing today? Today we're covering the Craftsman motorcycle jack to the J&S lift. Now, you can see I have the Craftsman lift here, and I don't have the J&S lift. But one of my good subscribers, good friend, and if you watched the video I put out about 6 months ago on road names, Rooster was one of the road names we talked about. And Rooster sent me a video about a year ago on a brand new lift that he got. It's a J&S jack. And he shot me a review video on it. And we're going to take that video, we're going to cut it up, and we're going to put it together with this video and give you a comprehensive review on both lifts, so you're not going to want to miss this. If you are new to Yogi Cycle Service, welcome. I am Yogi. And this is my channel, and here we do everything motorcycle related, whether it's wrenching, service, product reviews, rides, whatever, or anything Yogi related. So welcome, and I ask if you like what you see, give me a thumbs up, check out some other videos on this channel, and hit the subscribe button, show a brother some love. If you're a returning subscriber, I thank you for coming back and watching this video. I hope you like it. It's going to be some fun. Let's do a little bit of review on what Rooster has to say about his brand new lift.
All right, Yogi, what's going on, man? Shooting this video real quick for you, kind of as a initial thought on the unboxing of my new J&S jack, motorcycle jack. We'll get to looking at it. So, J&S jack, here is the initial look of it. It's got locking feet here, all made in America. Overall, looks like a pretty solid construction. Kind of neat here, this little knob is your raise and lower, tightening or whatever to lower the bike down or vent and unvent the jack. Very low profile. I typically have an issue getting any other kind of jack underneath my bike without lifting the like raising the bike up on a board or something like that first. But this jack here kind of slides pretty flawlessly up underneath the bike without any clearance issues.
All right, to compare the two, Craftsman lift. There is a little tube right here where you can put a handle on so you can move this lift around. I don't ever use that. It also has locking feet where you can turn these down, actually lift these wheels off the floor. It also has locks on the wheels here. It does freely roll like Rooster's. You will use this pedal to pump and lift up the jack, and then this pedal here to lower the jack. Once you have the jack lifted to a certain height, you can use this. You can put this bar down and it locks in down there. There are 3 different positions where you can lock this in. When you get the height that you want, you then push down on the pedal and it will lock, taking all pressure off of your piston while it's locked in place. Also, like Rooster's lift, it has 2 tie-down points. One here and one here. Now this lift has been used for many years. I used it for a long time before I got the table. This lift does have a fairly low profile also. You can see there, it's probably about 5 inches tall. But you can see also, I kind of ripped this rubber off trying to get it under Miss Piggy. Let me show you what I mean. It no fit. So because it doesn't fit, unlike Rooster's, and I'm not so sure Rooster's would fit under this bike either with it, it's lowered about 1.5 inches. I have to use this. Took 2 2x6s, cut them on a 45, and I wound up having to put this under the rear wheel and drive it up on there. We'll show you that in a minute. But this lift is a Craftsman lift. You can buy it for about $100. It's usually, I think, about $125, but around Christmas time you can get it on sale. It's usually less than $100. I do believe it is made in America. I think Sears is made in America, but I could be wrong about that.
So here it goes. Yeah, you position it up underneath. Very cool part. Just make sure this is closed off. The neat thing is you really, very minimal effort here. But you just jack it up and really the bike just kind of, I mean, not even hardly doing nothing, but it just kind of does its own thing. But of all the jacks I've ever had, this is no straps, no nothing. It jacks up.
All right, so before we get that under there, let's get it up on the board first. This is how I gotta do it. Lift under. I always stand the bike upright, slide the lift in, start pumping. After the first notch, put this down, lower it down. Bike is locked in.
I would never climb up on my bike like this, up on top of the jack, so overall, very sturdy.
Now you saw Rooster get on his bike. This says it'll hold 1,500 pounds. That's 700 there plus 250 here. Let's see. God, I hope this holds. There you go, Rooster. What do you think about that?
Cool part is with it jacked up, you can move the bike around. It still rolls. Very, very solid. It's got a pretty good height on it. And they do, I think they sell this in air assist as well. I've had many other jacks from different department stores, and none of them were ever as sturdy as this. And for sure, you could not push your bike around the garage. Yeah, it just would not happen on those other jacks. So overall, I'm pretty super impressed with this. At least is my initial thoughts.
Now he pumped his all the way up. I'm lazy, I ain't gonna do that, but this one goes probably to about the same height that does. Like I said, like you saw before, has 3 different notches. It currently is on the first notch now. And as I sit here, my shoulder I'm about level with the top of the engine at shoulder height here. And it will go up probably another 6 to 8 inches above what it is now. I don't know if this comes in air assist. It's off a hydraulic jack. Bottle jack is what powers this and lifts it up. Now, Rooster did show you how easy it is to move this around. I will say this lift is probably at least 15 years old. The wheels on the front roll just fine. The one wheel on the back left rolls fine, but the wheel on the right, it kind of froze up. And because it froze up and from rolling this lift around so much, I do have a flat spot on it. So this will roll really because of that flat spot. It won't roll forward. If I replace that wheel, which I could do, I just hadn't done it yet, it would roll this way, but now it's really the back wheel. So I can kind of turn it. Maybe if I get from the other side and pull it, that may work. But, I mean, this is brand new. This one's like 15 years old. Hey, give it a break, right?
Another cool feature, at least with this, is the combo kit came with this little oil drip pan. So it actually comes into the jack. Sets in the jack like this. Pretty much, I'll get the camera so you can see a little closer, but the oil drip pan goes into the jack this way so that you can put your catch basin, right out here in front, and all your oils just run right into it without without dripping all down the jack and making a humongous mess.
Now, I think so far in this comparison, we're looking at apples to apples. I think that lift and this lift are very comparable. But the J&S lift has one thing that this lift does not have, and that's that oil pan. And I tell you, I have never used this lift to change fluids. Never. Because it would make a freaking mess. That oil pan, I think, is really the main selling point difference between that lift and this lift. And let me show you why. The lift comes over to here, right? My oil drain would be right under here. I could put a pan down here, catch the oil from the oil tank, not a problem. The problem is on the other side. This is where the J&S lift makes a huge difference in my opinion. Right here is where my primary drain is. This is in the way, this is in the way for me catching that fluid. Also, underneath here, in between my shocks is where the drain plug is for the transmission. I really can't, I guess you could put a pan on top of there and catch it. Where it doesn't make sense is the transmission. The transmission is right in the middle, and the primary too. Primary is right in the middle also.
Guys, that's the J&S jack. Anyway, like I said, super nice. Definitely, I'll make sure you put that down, but it also has little catches in here that like prevent it from going down, but it lowers pretty easily. It's got some kind of thing that even if you open it up all the way, it only lets the bike come down at a reasonable, you know, so you can catch it. Overall, haven't wrenched on it yet, but if 265 pounds, if I can jump on it and my bike not fall off the jack, I give it 2 thumbs up. So that's J&S jacks. Out.
So my humble opinion, apples to apples, they're in essence really the exact same lift. This one right at $100 on sale. Not sure how much the J&S is. I will research that and find out. But that drip pan is a really nice feature, especially for your transmission fluid and your primary fluid, because it tends to get a little messy on this Craftsman lift. So I would almost prefer not to change fluids with this Craftsman lift, just keep the bike on the floor, which, I mean, that's really why I bought a table lift, because it was too much of a pain in the butt to change it on the floor, and this lift just really isn't conducive to a full fluid change on a Harley. So I got the table lift, that way there's nothing in the way, it's just like being on the floor. But if you don't have room for a table lift, or you don't want to spend the money on a table lift, this is a great option. Just know that the Craftsman is limited when it comes to fluid changes. The J&S, that is a really nice feature, having that drip pan there. I will give them credit for that. But if you're looking for a lift to change your tires, to do pretty much anything else on a motorcycle, Craftsman does a good job, and I'm sure the J&S lift does a great job too. So I want to give a huge shout out and thanks to Rooster for sending this over. I'm sorry it took me so long to make this video, but here we are, and it's done. So I hope you enjoyed this, Yogi Clan. Thank you for joining us, and I appreciate your time. Give me a thumbs up if you like this video, and I'll catch you on the next one. All right, yo. Peace.